And it's a very good morning to the Gelding, and we're a little bit earlier today, Gelding, with races starting at 10:35 due to the heat in Melbourne. Happy New Year, Gelding, and Happy New Year to the viewers.
Yes, Professor, Happy New Year to yourself and Paula and families, and also to all our listeners. So, it's an early start, New Year's Day, Professor. Normally the races start about 1:30 on New Year's Day, give people plenty of time to recover. But due to the heat, it's in Melbourne at the moment. It's a rather early start at 10:35. So
Yes,
it certainly
Gelding,
gets us up and going a bit earlier, Professor.
we're up to the task, Gelding, on the 2022.
2022.
It was a pretty good year on the punt for you and I, Gelding. 2021, but I think 2022 is going to be even better.
Well, Professor, we've got a few targets we want to reach. So, look, we'll be out there trying.
We certainly will. All right, Gelding, there's 9 races on the card today, and as we said, the early start, 10:35 a.m. The feature race 7, the listed Bagot handicap, worth $200,000, run over 2,800 metres. Gelding, that race was first run in 1884 over the distance of 13 furlongs, as we used to know it.
Yes, 13 furlongs, so which basically equates to 2,600, Professor.
Very, very well done, Gelding. Yes, right.
But they've made it the 2,800 metres. A very, a race with a lot of history in it, Professor. So, and a very, very good race to start the year off, I would have thought.
Yeah, the first winner in 1884, Gelding, was a horse by the name of Archie. But I was more impressed with the horse that ran second, its name, Frying Pan.
Frying Pan?
Yes.
Jesus. Okay, that's an interest. Wonder how they came up with that. Was the breeding any suggestion, Professor?
Oh, I didn't delve down that far. It wasn't a deep dive, Gelding. It was only a cursory view of the previous results.
It wasn't like a flying Artie out of Peter Pan or something, and then then you get Flying Pan, no? Okay. Just a thought.
It's gone up and down in distance, Gelding. It went down to 2,500 metres in 1980, but in 2009 it was increased to 2,800 metres. It's been a Group 3 race at times over its history, but it's a listed race today. Won by Parlay Rose last year, Gelding, and I think we might have had $1 or $2 on Parlay Rose over the journey.
Yes, after the win, because it qualifies a lot of horses for the Melbourne Cup, Professor. Meets a lot of the causes of distance and prize money and all that. So, and also being at Flemington, where the Melbourne Cup is, Parlay Rose, after it won last year, was set for the Melbourne Cup. So, good to see, it's a race with a lot of history. And also Sportsfan Radio's own Craig Robertson has a ride in it today. Bit of an outside chance, but at the $34, but $1 each way on Craig lately, certainly you'll be showing a bit of a profit.
Well, he's become, since he came back on Sportsfan Radio at the start of last year, Gelding, after his injury, he's now become a metropolitan rider.
Yes, and riding very, very well, and certainly picking up plenty of winners around the country, around Victoria. And as we well know, Professor, some of them are juicy odds.
Very nice odds, Gelding. All right, today's track rated a good 4. Surely that'll be upgraded during the day.
Oh, yeah, Professor. Hopefully they've poured plenty of water on and left a bit of a cushion on. But, yeah, with the temperature today, it's got to be a good 3 by later in the day, doesn't it?
I would have thought so, Gelding. Plenty of drying there, especially if it gets some wind on it. The rail's out 6 metres for the entire circuit. So to start 2022 on this New Year's Day, Gelding, what are your 2 red-hot tips, the first ones for the new year?
Professor, I'll have two tips later in the day in race 7, race 8. Race 7, number 2, Smoking Romans. Won the Pakenham Cup. We're on it. Jamie Carr's back aboard. She's back riding winners. Mar Eustace trainer. Their stayers, they seem to be able to keep them up and running. Last 5 starts for Smoking Romans, 3 wins, 2 seconds. As I said, top trainers, top jockeys. Yeah, that'll do me, Professor. A little short round about the 225, but, you know, our little saying, you're better off having a 225 winner, Professor, than a piece of paper saying you got odds of 10 to 1. So we try to pick winners, and this is a horse that is a winner. So we'll go with that as the first bet for 2022. We'll then follow up in race 8, number 9, Lighthouse, which we've been on, Professor, since it's come over from America. It's raised. It's now in the Chester Manifold in a listed race. It's going up in grade, but 3 starts in Australia for 3 wins will do me, Professor. Again, trained by Mar Eustace, the leading trainers, ridden by Jai McNeil, the leading jockey, getting the odds at 240, Professor. So my 2 tips will be race 7, number 2, and race 8, number 9, Lighthouse. What do you like, Professor?
All right, Gelding, I'm going earlier than you and later than you. So I've split my 2. Race 4, the Australian Trainers Association Plate. Race 4, 3-year-old benchmark 70 horses over 1,100 metres. And I know you and I differ over our selections in this race, Gelding. I like horse 4. It's been in my black book for a little while, along the river, coming out of barrier 9. It's had 4 starts for 2 wins and a placing, so 50% win rate. And you know I like a high win rate, 75% place rate. It's in a stronger class this start, but it's won its last 2 starts, and it's won over the distance. Informed jockey Damien Lane aboard. Career winning rate of 14%, but over his last 50, Gelding, 26%, if you don't mind. He's winning.
Yep.
He's winning more than a quarter of the races he's riding in. That's an incredible strike rate for a jockey.
Good jockey, Professor. Excellent jockey.
And team that up with Matthew Ellerton, who at this time of the year is also in good form, Gelding. His career win rate's 12%. He's doubled that, Gelding, 100% better, 24% win rate over his last 50 starts.
Yeah, he targets this time of year, Professor, and places his horses very well.
So at the moment on the tape, Gelding, it's showing $6.50 and $2. Now, normally we'd say, gee, that's really good because it's at least money back for a placing. But last night, Gelding, I did a little bit of scouting. I got the early money. Fixed rate.
You got on early.
Yes, Gelding, for you and I got on at $8 and $2.25 the place.
Professor.
So, Gelding, I think you like horse 3 in that race?
Yeah, I like horse 3. The Wayne Hawks trained, I have a bit of problem pronouncing it, Professor. Clemency or Clemenceau. Yeah, I think it will be a big chance, and Squid Game is also a big chance. We're on that last start, Professor.
Yes, Gelding.
When it won, but any horse that has won its last 2 races coming back from a spell, I'm happy to be on. And as you said, at the nice juicy odds of 8 to 1, Professor, I think an excellent, I think the horse along the river is a good winning chance, but an excellent chance on an each way bet. And
Gelding, punters would go well to heed our thoughts on the other horses in this race. A box trifecta of 2, 3 and 4 might go a little way to starting the year off very nicely.
Could well do, Professor. We'll watch with interest.
With plenty of interest. Hopefully there's interest on our money, Gelding.
Yes.
my second selection, Gelding's in race 9, the last race on the card, the Santa Ana Lane Sprint for benchmark 78 horses over 1,200 metres, so down the straight at Flemington. I like, in this race, Gelding, horse 10, Pioneer River, coming out of barrier 14. 19 starts for 3 wins and 8 placings. What I like about this horse, Gelding, is it won at the track and won over the distance. It did that in its last start on the 11th of December, which strangely is when Lighthouse last raced at Flemington. Josh Richards in the saddle, the apprentice, he can claim 2 kilos. So the 57 kilos with the claim, I think might be enough to get it over the line. Mara Eustace in great form, 16% win rate over their career, 20% at the moment. So it's always good to go for informed jockeys and informed trainers. It's a really good recipe for the horse getting across the line in a winning position.
Yes, Professor. And look, a lot of scratchings in this race too. Something like 7 scratchings at the moment. So you're down to 13 runners. And look, coming from out wider on the track, down the straight, it'll be a bit of a charge. But here's a horse that's, as you rightly pointed out, won at the track, is carrying the same weight as it won last start, Professor. So, you know, with that claim, even though they've put it up, the 2 kg, it carried 57 last start and has 57 again. So, again, a very astute winning chance, Professor, but also a good each way chance.
Yes, Gelding. Currently on the tape, it's showing $3.40 and $1.60. So it's come in from the figures I got last night. Gelding, you'll be pleased to know that I got us $5 and $2 fixed last night.
There you go, Professor. A money back bet.
Well, the early bird catches the worm, Gelding.
Yes, yes, yes. And of course, it would have come in a fair bit with a few scratchings, Professor.
Yes.
So that's always good.
Exactly, Gelding. All right, now I think we can honestly say that the very successful Professor's Parlay finished off 2022 with a bang. The last 4 parlays, three wins out of the last 4. I think that's a pretty good strike rate, Gelding.
And Professor, the 4th one, I think the 2nd and the 3rd leagues also got up. It was just a horse league that we were a bit stiff on when it ran a place. Trying to think of the name of the horse. So can I put in another name change from the very successful Professor's Parlay?
Certainly, Gelding.
Can I suggest the very, very successful Professor's Parlay?
Yeah. Yeah. Why not, Gelding? I think.
Okay.
I think that
Why
sounds
not? It's in form.
Meritorious, Gelding.
Okay. Well, what do we like, Professor? What have we made better today?
All right, Gelding. Today's agreed bet of the day, race 8, horse 9, Lighthouse. I don't think you can go past that horse. You're right. You're talking about Jai McNeil. I did a bit of research while you were talking earlier, Gelding. Jai McNeil's in career form as well. Career win rate 10%. Over the last 50, 18%. So if you combine that with the Mara Eustace stable, I think we're in safe hands there, Gelding.
Yeah, Professor. So far, 30 wins for the season, leading the jockeys city form from Damien Oliver and Damien Lane. Obviously, we expect Jamie Carr to come, very, very good at the moment, but he is up there as good as anyone at the moment. I've got James McDonald that far above everyone else, but apart from that, in Victoria, Jai McNeil's as good as we're lucky. We've got 3 or 4 excellent riders here, and world-class jockeys, and Jai McNeil's one of those.
Yes, Gelding. And look, let's parlay that into this week. I'm steering clear of the Premier League. There's quite a number of trap games there where I've studied the form, I've studied the teams. There looks like some easy pickings, but I don't think they are, Gelding. So we're steering away from the danger area.
Surprises.
Yeah, we don't want surprises in these legs of the parlay, Gelding.
No, we certainly don't, Professor.
So we're going the gridiron, the NFL, we've had a lot of success there. Let's go the Buffalo Bills playing at home to beat the Atlanta Falcons. The Buffalo Bills are currently 4th in the AFC. They've won 9 from 15. They've got the terrific points differential of plus 163, Gelding, which is an incredible figure in the NFL. The Atlanta Falcons 9th in the NFC, 7 wins from 15, but points differential of minus 122. So when they've been beaten, like they've won 7 out of 15, but when they've been beaten, they've been smashed.
And the cold of Buffalo, Professor, may not suit Atlanta.
Well, exactly. Buffalo at home, very difficult to beat, and have a point to prove. They beat the Patriots last week in New England, so that's good form going into this one. And let's parlay that into the San Francisco 49ers playing at home to beat the disappointing Houston Texans. The San Francisco 49ers are 6th in the NFC. They've won 8 from 15. They're in playoff consideration, so they've got to make every post a winner. They've got a plus 43 points differential. The Atlanta Falcons been disappointing also. 4 wins from 15 games, but a minus 153 points differential. So they've had their fair share of toweling ups during the season. So I think Buffalo Bills and San Francisco 49ers into Lighthouse, currently showing 3-1, Gelding. So that's pretty good odds for a parlay.
Nice odds, Professor. Nice odds. And let's hope, I have great faith in your NFL tips, as you well know. So I like them, and let's hope Lighthouse can get the first leg up for us today.
Yes, Gelding.
And continue your very good run of success.
And what have you got planned for the day, Gelding?
No, very low-key, Professor. I'll be watching the races early on, and just a nice day at home, Professor. Probably stay out of this weather. The aircon, the electricity bill will be probably running up, so we'll probably need a winner to meet the electricity bill.
Yeah, it sounds like a great recipe, Gelding. Same for me. Quiet day, sitting watching the races, and then might have a look at a movie or two on one of the streaming services just to fill in time, just to get in, make it a lazy start to the new year, Gelding.
Well, Professor, we work hard enough, so a day off, why not have it on a New Year's Day?
Exactly, Gelding. All right, well, until next Saturday at this time, it's good luck.
And good punting.